Hi, I'm Katie Epstein. I'm originally from Grand Lake, Michigan, which is really close to Flint. I was born and raised there, went to undergrad at University of Michigan, go Blue. I then went to medical school near Chicago at Rosalind Franklin University of Medicine and Science, and from there I met my husband and we both did our radiology residencies at the University of New Mexico. And I originally chose to go into medicine because I thought that would be what I'd be good at. You know, I was really good at math and science, but eventually I decided that I loved radiology, being kind of at the center of medicine and helping all the other doctors and kind of, you know, putting the puzzle pieces together was really kind of fun for me. Outside of radiology and medicine, I love to spend my time in the hot room. I am a hot yoga fanatic, and I also love to spend time with my husband and 3 boys. My husband's also a radiologist. He's a chest and body imager, and then my boys are 6, 5, and 2.5.
What's hot yoga?
Hot yoga. So the room is anywhere between like 98 to 105 degrees Fahrenheit, and the humidity kind of ranges. I normally like it on the higher side, around 60%. So you spend an hour doing yoga and extreme heat and humidity, and it gets your heart rate up while you're sweating. It's a lot of fun.
Why did you choose Cincinnati Children's for your fellowship?
I decided to come here. The people, I felt like, you know, that I would have a very great year. I felt really comfortable on my interview day, and I just thought that I could, you know, thrive in this environment.
Hi, I'm Jamie Morris. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I was born there and raised. I went to Miami University for my undergraduate degree, and then ended up going back to the University of Louisville for both a master's degree and then my medical education. And I ended up staying there throughout residency, including my intern year in internal medicine. So why did I go into medicine? I went into medicine because I was really interested in the subject and the core concepts of it, but really a lot of it has to do with the fact that I love the puzzle solving and the mystery aspect behind it, and especially with pediatrics and working in pediatric radiology. It's really, you're a key component to help solve these puzzles, and you get to be a little bit of a detective trying to figure out what is going on with these patients that can't always tell you what's wrong. So it's a really kind of a fun thing to do. And the other thing is I've always been interested in teaching, and I also love learning, and specifically with radiology, but in medicine in general, you're a perpetual learner and a perpetual teacher, so really get to enjoy that. Some of my hobbies that I do, I was a collegiate swimmer all through college, so I still try to swim when I can. I also love doing models, specifically like airplane models. I've done that, probably inherited that from my dad. The biggest thing that I do all the time is playing with my family. I've got 2 little kids, a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old right now, so they take up a majority of my time. So that's where a majority of my hobbies have gone to, is playing with my kids and hanging out with my wife. The last movie I saw, I actually watched a movie the other day. It was called Greyhound. It was on Apple TV Plus, or one of those streaming services, and it was the Tom Hanks movie. But I'm a big, I've obviously got a lot of interest in historical nonfiction, and this kind of was right up my alley. Favorite dish? That's tough. My gut's gonna say lasagna, my favorite dish. I feel like it's always a pretty hearty meal, and I don't really ever turn it down. Again, like I read, in terms of books, I read a lot of historical nonfiction as well. So one of my favorite authors that I've read recently is by the name of Bruce Campbell, and he writes a lot of really cool historical stories based off of Rabaul in the South Pacific, which is where my grandfather was stationed during World War II. So I have a lot of interest in that field.
Hi, my name is Rupesh Patel. I grew up on the coast of Mississippi, and I went to college at the University of Southern Mississippi in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I went to medical school at the University of Mississippi Medical Center in Jackson, Mississippi. I chose a career in medicine because I like to learn and I really like science, so it's kind of natural to go down the medical pathway. My hobbies include traveling and spending time with my dog. It's been a while since I watched a movie, but I think it was Avengers Endgame. I don't really read for pleasure anymore. It's mostly just radiology stuff that I read now. Can't really even recall the last book that I read. We do take my dog when we go in the States, but if we go out of the country, then we usually don't take him. It's too much of a hassle, and he's too handful to handle on a plane. So the favorite place is probably Gatlinburg. We rented a cabin there and took the whole family and the dog, and it was a fun time. Stayed there for like a week at a time. My all-time favorite dish would probably be pizza. It's good comfort food.